morning. Welcome back to YouTube. I hope we are all good. So today we're going to do like a bit of a full day of eating, pretty much a day in the life. You'll be able to see I'm not in my usual, well, I don't really have a usual spot at the minute. I'm not in my usual place, so I've come over to stay with Big Nath at Nath Styles, open bodybuilder, IFBB Pro as well. Phoebe, his missus, has gone to compete in America. I think she's doing the Sasquatch, she's a bikini pro. While she's away, me and Nath are at a loose end. He's my coach, obviously you'll probably know. So I've come over and we're going to have a little bit of a camp, just a bit of boys time. Went out with some food last night, first off plan I've had in 3 or 4 weeks. A Turkish, nice chicken bread, it was beautiful. But because I haven't eaten off plan in a while and my meals are quite small, you'll know that. Well, my meals are a little bit bigger than they were, but I feel a bit hungover this morning if I'm eating chicken and bread. So it was nice to catch up with the lads. I'm going to take you through my full morning routine this morning, and then we've got pull today, SLZLs, and that food needs to get put to good use.
And that's going to be in a separate video as well. Yeah,
which will be in a separate video. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll try and get a lot of content for you today, guys, and just really show you what things are about in terms of travelling as well and staying on plan. Obviously, this is just like me getting an Airbnb, so I'll show you how I've managed that. So this morning, literally, it's 20 past 6. I'm up at 6, have a wash, all that sort of stuff. Come straight downstairs and have L-carnitine. I have it fasted, and generally with L-carnitine, you're supposed to have it with insulin present, so with a meal, takes it to the mitochondria, all that sort of stuff. But I do find anecdotally through myself, clients, and we had a conversation with Nath last night as well, that just taking it fasted, I see better results, I really do. And it's actually changing my composition really well, even this post-show period. And then, at the minute, I'm running all the time. I will run throughout this full off season thyroid. So 100 T4, 25 T3 at the minute. I may actually go to 37, as even having this in at replacement dose sees me reasonably low. So maybe something that's going to help me metabolize food better as it gets up is going to be 37, which is generally what I'd run in an off season anyway. And that's in. And that's all I have before cardio. I do between 20-25 minutes cardio, depending on what sort of day it is, or if I've got client check-ins, I might do an extra 5 minutes. So we're gonna get some cardio done on the bike, and then I'll probably get Nath to have a look at me. Actually, it's not ideal because I feel a little bit from the food, and then we'll come in and show you the morning routine. So travelling, you do it in a couple of ways. You could pre-prep all your days separately, but for me, I live out of boxes at the minute anyway, so this is just my morning, daily sort of root supplements in here, what I will use, and my morning drink will consist of apple cider vinegar. Make sure that it's with mother or with the mother, because better quality there. We have vitamin C, we have the buffered vitamin C, much prefer that to tablet form. Vitamin ESN Daily. Fantastic product. If you don't have this, get it. Code TONK at checkout for discount. Celtic sea salt for 80 plus minerals in that salt there. You can actually get that off my TikTok if you got but I'm not even joking, you can as well. Lemon, juice of half of a lemon. Creatine, I put creatine in there. And then with my morning drink, I will have vitamin K2 and D3 and also some berberine as well. So berberine, go for the walk. Generally 20 minutes, 2,000 steps. And then when I come back, I will have my meal one, but I will also have a drink there that is got for blood pressure and lipids. So, and then alongside, I'll have a digestive enzyme. I wouldn't normally have this. I have this with like for example, I had this last night before I went to eat. Digestive enzymes are great. I wouldn't look to have them with every single meal unless you're gonna be eating a large meal that needs a lot of food breaking down. So if you're traveling, you're eating foods, for example, that you wouldn't normally eat, or you're going to be eating large quantities of food, definitely have them on hand. And just simply because I had a good amount of food compared to what I normally do last night, I'll have one of them this morning. Probiotic, have that every single day. ESN Athlete Stack, NAC, nicotinase, an absolute powerhouse of a supplement. I won't go through all its benefits now, but basically for heart and arterial health is through the roof. I don't care if you're a bodybuilder, if it's your mum, it's your dad, it's your sister, your brother, go through this. Dante Trudell on his Instagram, if you go far enough down, you'll find this, and look at the post at what he wrote there. The benefits are substantial. And I feel like there's more, but That's all I've got in there. So yeah, so that's the morning drink. I'll get that underway now. Right, morning drink dosages. 5 grams of creatine, Celtic sea salt. I do a pinch, but for me a pinch is 1/4 teaspoon. Juice of half of a lemon. One thing I didn't realise up until I was the ripe old age of 35 is that you can get seedless lemons, so you don't have to worry about getting pips in it. You can just squeeze it in, no problems. Glutamine, 5 grams of this, which again is actually a tablespoon. So I don't actually use a scoop, I just use a tablespoon of that. It's actually 6 grams when I do it like that, but I can cope with that. Apple cider vinegar, tablespoon. A lot of people are scared of this, but if you actually put it in with the other things that taste good, like the daily, it actually enhances the flavour. I think it actually makes it taste a little bit better. Speaking of the daily, 1 serving of this, which is 2 scoops. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could put some aminos in this. However, the daily does have 2 grams of leucine in it, so the reason why we have this in the morning is it's going to stimulate MPS straight away. So one thing I want to do when I'm waking up straight after cardio is stimulate MPS as quick as I can, and that's going to do it. A lot of the morning drinks don't have that in. When we have vitamin C, I'm going to go 2 grams of vitamin C. Because I'm still not going to eat for another 30-40 minutes, something like that, I'm not going to take any of the vitamins now. I'll take that when I get back, just before my food. What I will take now is just 1,000 berberine and some D3 before I go outside and enjoy the non-existent sunshine. But that's going to be the morning drink, and I'll put 600 ml water in this, just to the top with ice, make it a nice refreshing drink in the morning. Do you want one, Joe? Oh sure. The reason why I've said is because Joe's struggled with digestion a little bit. If you take metformin and you have issues with your gut, it's likely the metformin. Joe's taking L-carnitine and metformin, which both can give you a little bit of a upset stomach. So when I have L-carnitine, you might hear your stomach going, can you feel that, Joe, sometimes? That's the L-carnitine. For me, if I have a coffee with it, that's what does it. Big dog's in the house. Oh, yeah. But yeah, the metformin could potentially cause your stomach upset, so you may want to pull it out if that's something that you're not sure. You're taking something that's supposed to be good for glucose management and stuff, but it's giving you a worse stomach. How far's caught for me? Is it a walk or a drive?
Where's that caught? It'll be 40-minute walk.
Oh, I'll drive it then. Right, so we're back. We just went round Tesco, a decent sized Tesco, and got 2,000 steps doing that actually. So that's where the steps came in. 2,000 is just a rough number. If I don't get them in the morning, because I'd usually sit at the desk all day, I'm getting a lot on the night, which I'd prefer not to do. So I'm about to have meal 1, so supplements will go in now, and then I'll have a coffee when I sit at the desk and sort of resume check-ins. So, one thing people do not know, if you eat a lot of cinnamon, I would look to get the Ceylon cinnamon. So normal cinnamon, if you have a lot of it, it can be toxic for your kidney. The ingredient missing in, is it garmin or something like that? Normal cinnamon's high in that, whereas Ceylon cinnamon is cinnamon from Sri Lanka, it doesn't have it. So if you're having over like 3 or 4 grams a day, then Ceylon cinnamon is what you want, not normal ground cinnamon, which comes from China. So top tip for you there. You can take out storage you want and then just get done by cinnamon. So 100 rice pudding, which is about 88 carbs, is it? And then with that I'll do 300 ml of water. I'll just give that a stir. But then I'll just leave that there for a couple of minutes or a minute or so. Just get rid of 2-minute blast. 100 berries. I'll do 5 grams of flavour powder. So when I was speaking about prep and post-show phase and just having little things, so for me, I like to have this. It's probably about 75% dark. It's not 85% dark, but this is just one of the things in the day that I have this on this meal, and then I have 1 square on a night on my French toast, and it's just my treat. It's a little treat for me, which I absolutely love. Compared to normal dark chocolate, it's actually got less calories in it, to be fair, but it's just a little bit less fat. Boys. Right, okay, I apologise for the mess, but we're not established into the building yet, and obviously Big Nafe's got his stuff and I've got my stuff, so what I do is what I did about 7 or 8 years ago actually, and then again when I worked with Jordan, is stimulating MPS between every 2 and 4 hours. So I'll have my pre-workout meal at 10:30, and then we'll train at 12. I'll be looking around 1, 1:15 to then have another hit of protein. So I'm not sipping amino acids throughout the workout to confuse the mechanism, as some people may say. I'm just having it in 1 hit. So what I do is I make my intra drink now, and 2 to 3 hours after my pre-workout meal, I'll have that in one hit, and then 2 to 3 hours later, I'll have my post-workout hit of protein. So I've got protein, 2 to 3 hours protein, 2 to 3 hours protein. I'm going to have carbohydrates in the middle of that, but as in MPS, that's what I'm trying to do, just spike it at intervals of 2 to 4 hours. So within my intra, I'm going to have 10 grams of glutamine, I'm going to have 15 grams of aminos. I have the cherry, these are so fucking nice, excuse my language, but these are so good. If you've had the Crank Pump Pro, you'll know that cherry flavour. This is the same, but it tastes a little bit better, I think. And then electrolytes sachets. These are very good. These are very, very popular on the website of ESN. I get unflavoured because that's all that was in stock, but the cherry ones and everything go in and out. They're so popular. Again, if you're an endurance athlete, strength athlete, any kind of athlete, the electrolytes are what you want to get. Handy sachets taken with you, especially on holiday, fantastic. And if you're just going to be drinking them, as in like putting them in your water in the day and drinking them, by all means, that's what you should do. And Big Dog's got a Ninja Creamy. So my post-workout meal is, I have isolate. So again, with ESN, I can digest their protein. I've not had it for years, as you know, I eat fish and beef, but I can actually have their protein. So I've been having it post-workout. So it might not have enough time. If I put that creamy in there for now into the freezer, will it have enough time by the time I get back or not?
Yeah, 3-4 hours is sound. That's what I usually find the best, to be fair.
So we're going to have a Ninja Creamy with the hazelnut nougat and try that. 10 grams of glutamine, 15 grams of this, electrolytes, and then also some Q10 Plus to get the mitochondria fired up. Pre-workout is a great actual addition to anybody's pre-workout. So I can have that with my pre-workout, which I've actually, for a pre-workout, I've just been having a Monster on the way to the gym. The reason being is because it digests really well, sits really well, but it's not really quite enough caffeine. So you've got some pre-workout here, haven't you?
Post-workout, so we've done the hit of MPS during the session, so now it's just carbs, 4 caramel Snacker Jacks, 20 grams of honey, and then I'll eat my protein around an hour after this, which is just like my post-workout meal. Ninja Creamy ice cream with rice pudding, hopefully.
If we've not fucked it up.
Yeah, just what you need when you're fucking starving.
Post-workout meal, which this is the meal with the protein in, is 150 berries, 150 raspberry, 125 rice pudding, and 50 whey isolate. But the whey isolate is potentially going to be ice cream today. Well, then you put that in a bit man, yes?
That's just whey and water. You can understand.
Oh yeah, I can understand the hype. So
you can understand how you can get it like bang on if you added other bits to it.
oh yeah, anything.
Is it quite?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes guys, okay, so you can see I'm not at Nathan's. Terrible at this. So we were filming the full day of eating. I was supposed to film the last 2 meals. I was so hungry, I ate one of them and I was like, I forgot to film. So now this is like 9 days after. I don't know if you can tell, my face is maybe a little bit puffy. My food's gone up, but we introduced growth hormone and I've put like 5 pounds on it in 3 days from being on it, and I've turned into a little bit of a water mess. However, still very lean. This is still a full day of eating. The meals are the same. The only difference is we've gone from what would have been turkey mince with 100 berries, so 200 turkey mince, 100 berries, and in there is 550 grams of potato. It would have been, on the day that you saw it, 100 grams of rice. So it's either 125 grams of rice or 550 grams of potato. Basically, I've put it on the mince there, and on the potatoes, I've put this season all. So basically what I do is I put half a teaspoon into the potatoes and half a teaspoon into there, which equates to about 5 grams. So 5 grams of that is 3 calories. So this is the meal. I will show you the last meal and the drink before I go to bed on the vlog style. And then you've got the full day of eating. Technically, the last meal's the same. The only difference is that potatoes for rice. I alternate between the two. On the day you would have seen me, it would have been 100 grams of rice, and now it's 125 grams of rice or potato equivalent. Right guys, we're back for the last meal. I'm gonna make it short because I'm starving and I need to get this eaten, get showered and get to bed. I need to be up at 5 in the morning. 4 clients competing in Warrington, which is like 2.5 hours away. So I need to be on the bike, get my steps done, everything prepped, all that sort of jazz, early doors. So last meal, I made a right mess of them. I've used different eggs and it's really pissed me off because they looked really fancy, but they're not. 200 grams of sourdough, 2 whole eggs, and then I've made a French toast there with the flavour powder. It is on my Instagram if you want to go and see it. So I've got like an egg white on underneath with the sourdough, 10 grams of dark chocolate, and I've also got 5 grams of almond butter on the bottom. So that's a meal. Normal twist of pink salt, nothing flash. I also have a drink with this on a night, which I've just finished, which is apple cider vinegar, lemon, glutathione, vitamin C, I have some berberine, I have some vitamin K, and that is everything. I'll have this, I'll have a shower, I'll just make sure all the guys are ready for tomorrow, and then we are going to be good to go. So guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, follow along. I'm going to be doing a lot of this. I'm going to actually be documenting things a little bit more in terms of the processes I'm doing and why I'm doing them this year. Like I mentioned the growth hormone before, why we're using it, its mechanism of action, etc. All the other supplements I'm doing it, and how I'm going to mitigate the things that I usually get in trouble with, like blood pressure and water retention, and how we're going to make that more manageable and give myself more gains by doing, you know, just better protocols really, rather than being bull in a china shop. So thank you very much for getting this far if you have. I do apologise for the vlogs, but it is what it is. It's late and obviously Joe needs to get back, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.